Hey Bulldogs, we are celebrating Native American Heritage Month. And what's great about this is that we are including the indigenous culture of Mexico. And one of the indigenous cultures that there is the people from Oaxaca. So can you tell us where the people from Oaxaca are from in this valley? What cities, what places, what villages, what towns? Where are the people from in Mount Vernon?
There are a few Mixteco families that I have been working with us from Santa Catarina, Noltepec, and we have a few of Santa Maria Natividad as well, and some are from the state of Guerrero, Yucucani, and Santa Cruz, Yucucani, and some from Jicaral, and other names that, we have many different towns, but the main one are those.
Well, what I want to know is, what's the history of the people coming from Oaxaca to Mount Vernon?
Okay, because a lot of people are coming over here because they are looking for work, because those areas are remote area. There's no like fabric places where people can find a stable job. The majority over there, they are farmers, so they get to grow their own food. There's one time of a year which is May, June, July, August, and then all the way to this November. Yeah, they work on that area, and then after November, there's no rain and they cannot grow something else.
So the families, a lot of families live in both. They live in Mount Vernon and they live in Oaxaca. When you work with these families, how are they able to adjust from going from Oaxaca to Mount Vernon?
A lot of families, they don't have that opportunity to visit their families in town because right now there's no way that they can do that. They can go, but they're not going to be able to come back. But the kids who are born here, they are the one who had the opportunity to go back to Mexico to visit families. And a lot of people, they choose to stay in this valley because they see a little more opportunity, because there are more opportunities to work in the farm.
So can you tell me about Oaxaca? Oaxaca, that's your home state, right, of Oaxaca, the home state in Mexico. Can you tell me all about the history of Oaxaca and what's so unique about Oaxaca?
In the Mixtec area, they are very well known for food and many handmade things that they are using. They're using from nature, the color, everything. And the nice thing about there, because they respect the nature so much, like the coconut. If there's no way to break those, but if for some reason you destroy them, you can throw them back on the land, which is nature. That is not gonna contaminate in any way. And the food that they are using over there, everything is organic, and so many good things, but they are more connected to nature. That's the main thing of it.
So that runs with our Native Americans here, that they preserve the land, they respect the land, they respect nature. So can you tell us more about that? Because I'm really, like the coconut, we talked about how they didn't just get the milk of the coconut and throw it away. They used it as a cup, or they used it as something to drink with. What are the things that they do in Oaxaca to be in touch with nature?
One thing that they respect so much over there, when they need to build a house, but if it's like in the middle of the forest, what most people used to do, unfortunately, those are forgotten now, but still there are some people who are still practicing those. They ask for permission to Mother Earth. They have some celebration and they drink what we call it can be pulque or anything, they drink with the land and asking permission before they start destroying, cutting trees and all that stuff.
So they say this is sacred land. They thank the land for building a house on it. I've seen that done in Native American culture here, and so they do the same in Oaxaca.
Yes, one time I was able to talk to somebody from La Conner, and he started sharing so many things. I didn't see not much difference because we have been practicing the same thing, which is to pay respect to Mother Nature. Over there, it's we in the past we used to. There are something that look like a spinach, and I used to go and pick those out in the wild. They are the same. They taste the same. There are so many ways that people eat over there that everything is provided by nature.
So one of the things that I love about Oaxaca is the food, right? The food is delicious. Now, I know they're famous for their mole, but what are other foods, mole, and what other foods are famous in Oaxaca or that we might find in the Skagit Valley?
Tamales and totopos.
Now, are the tamales in Oaxaca different than the tamales in Jalisco or the different parts of Mexico?
Yes, because tamale that they are making in Oaxaca, it's they grow their own corn. They don't use pesticide at all, and the flavor you can tell by the flavor. Unfortunately, there's no way that we can try those type of tamale here. Some people, when they go to Oaxaca and they're driving their car, they bring their own corn. Yeah, when you taste those, even the tortillas or totopos, if you taste those, you cannot tell the difference.
So, I know you brought some things with you today. And so first is this beautiful item. Can you tell me about this? It says Oaxaca on the front. What is this? What is this?
This comes from a coconut. And because over there in the Pacific Ocean, by Puerto Escondido, Pinotepa, and when we get close to the Pacific Ocean, they have a lot of coconut trees, and one of my cousins, instead of he saw so many dry coconut, just they use everything, just the water, and they have instead of having them like a garbage sitting aside over there. So he came up with this idea.
It was made by hand, right?
Yes, everything is by hand, and I have other different. You can make all kind of.
What would they drink out of it?
Just fresh coconut water. And some people they don't like to eat the meat; they just want the water, and then they.
So do they stick a straw, or do they just drink it like this, or?
Yeah, you can use straw or just drink it. Some people like drink it like this, and instead of having so many garbage over there, he just came up with this idea, and
it's a turtle. So cool! It's such a turtle. It's beautiful. I want to thank you for bringing that item. It's so beautiful. What is this? How do you say coconut in Mixteco?
The same, coco.
Coco. So I know two words in Mixteco now. I know hello and coco. Okay. This is such a beautiful item. Look at this. Wow. Okay, you brought a book. Why don't you tell us about this book that you brought us?
Yeah, this is, it says Mixteca de Guerrero, from the state of Guerrero. I have one at home that says Mixteco de Silacayupan, which is the county where I live. It still is very hard for me to understand those because Mixteco, to me, it's not a written language. Even though the Mexican government, they're making so many books about Mixteco, different regions, but it's very hard to read because since Mixteco, it's a tonal language, and it's hard to to explain those intonation in words.
Wow. I've never seen a book in Mixteco, so this is beautiful. So they also have a lot of literature in Mixteco that's now coming by the Mexican government, right? They're publishing it. So I'm seeing this being recognized. So the next item that I have that you're going to show me actually is your beautiful shirt. So you told me this is a handmade shirt from Oaxaca, and so why don't you tell me about the shirt that you're wearing?
Okay, yeah, this is handmade, and they have so many colors, but the color that they use, they are getting those colors from plants, insects, and yeah, so many things.
Now we have to do our favorite part, is learning how to say goodbye and thank you. And I want to thank you for this wonderful interview because it was just, I learned a lot. Can you tell us the best way to say goodbye or thank you in Mixteco?
Thank you is the easiest part. It's a Shindavi Inyo.
Okay, we might have to break that down. Shinai, Shintave, Niño, Shitave Niño, right? And that means?
Gracias.
Why in Spanish one word, in Mixteco there's 3 or 4? So can you say it one more time for all our people out there?
Thank you. But Shindavi Inyo, it's when you can use this when you talk to somebody that the same age. But if you're gonna talk to parents or your father or anybody or the teacher as well, Shindavi Inindo, that makes it more formal.
Well, I'm not going to try. I'm going to say gracias. So, Francisco Cruz-Castellano, thank you so much for being a guest on our show today. And you could find out more at the link below.